In just 1 hour's time, you'll be starting your new travel life. How do I know this? Well, this was me at rock bottom. And this is me now! I just lost my girlfriend, my car, my job, and I was sleeping on the floor of a rented apartment that I couldn't afford. I was in about £10,000 worth of debt. My life was a complete mess. And this was before I decided to start my travel life. You might currently not be in as much debt, or you might be more, but I'm going to teach you how I got out of debt, and I've been traveling for the last year. Roll the montage. Hi guys, and welcome back to another adventure. This is Copenhagen. Today we're travelling around Bogano. Today we're on the east coast of Scotland. Connick Hill, Glencoe, we're in Lavenham, Greenock Cut. Welcome to Newcastle. This is Loch Ness. The best thing about this montage is you could go to all these places too. I'm Sean Brett and this is my travel life. I've been travelling Scotland and other parts of Europe for just under a year now, and it's been incredible. At 29 years old, I only wish I did it earlier. But it took me hitting rock bottom in 10 grand's worth of debt, sleeping on the floor, no house, no home, no job, to actually sort my life out into becoming a travel life. But just like a lot of people, I thought one day it will magically all get better. Maybe my YouTube channel will take off. Maybe I'll get that promotion. Maybe like for some reason I'll win the lottery. Who knows? But I had this idea that one day I won't have to work and I'll be able to travel. But that's not how you travel. I'm going to explain to you this one easy, simple rule that I use to pay off my debts and have this travel life that I dreamed of. And I'm going to show you exactly how you could do exactly the same. It's a simple rule of finding a job that no one wants to do or can't do and rewarding yourself with travel. Okay, it might sound very vague, but let me explain how I use this rule to pay off my debts, travel more, and even save up for a massive trip to Iceland at the end of this year. The first job that I found that no one wanted to do was stacking shelves in Tesco's overnight. And the best thing about this was there was unlimited hours. So I could literally work there as many hours as I needed or could possibly do. And I was doing 60-hour weeks, maybe even 70-hour weeks in some weeks. It was crazy amount of hours I was doing, and I had no life. I had no spending, nothing going on. It sounds really bad, but what I did was I used this time to sleep on my mum's couch, work, sleep, work, sleep, work, and I would get free food as much as possible from Tesco's where they chuck it out. They'd have like these colleague places you can get free food, and I was literally eating, surviving, and there wasn't any reward of travel as such until I knew in my back of my mind was as soon as I've cleared off my debts, I can start my travel life. And it was, as soon as I cleared off my debts, I started my travel life. There wasn't, oh, I needed 5 grand savings. No, all my savings really went into my camera equipment and my drone. The way that I saved as much money as possible was the job was so close to the home, I didn't have to worry about fuel costs. I lived at home with my parents, so I saved on rent. And if you can't do that, then you could find the cheapest possible apartment or go somewhere that's really cheap and find a job there. I had no social life, but as much as I didn't need a social life because I knew I was going off traveling, and as much as I was going off traveling, I knew that I wasn't going to have a social life with my friends when I was off traveling, so I kind of knew that this was going to happen anyway. As much as this was a very dark way of saving for travel, it paid off all of my debts very quickly, and it motivated me so much more because I wanted a life back. Since I've been traveling, I've used this rule in fantastic ways to see the world and enjoy using the rule. But before I tell you how I traveled, I'm going to warn you about all the other people who tell you to start a YouTube channel, to start a blog, to start a TikTok channel, to fund your travels. As much as it could happen, it hasn't happened to me yet, and I've been doing this for 4 to 5 years already. It's not the quickest way of doing it. There is a much quicker way, and I believe this is it. So this is how I did it, using the rule of getting a job that no one wants to do or can't do and motivating yourself with travel. And this was amazing when I thought of just taking myself and getting a new job somewhere else in a travel environment. For me, a job that no one wanted to do was 500 miles away in Scotland, in this little town called Cranlarrick. And the job involved mopping floors, cleaning toilets, making beds in a hostel. Yes, I got to live in a hostel. I got paid to sleep there because I had a night bell. I got paid to work. I had a bed in the middle of Scotland. I got to explore the local area of Scotland for near to nothing because I got paid to be there. If not, I actually made a little bit of money while there. I worked hard there, and when I worked hard, I rewarded myself hard with travel. I get to see places like Glencoe, Oban, Killin. It was fantastic. The reward of travel really did outweigh the work that I had to do. As much as that was amazing to do in the hostel, it couldn't last forever. I'd seen the local area, I'd seen a lot of it, so I needed to explore somewhere new. And as much as I could go to another hostel and do the exact same again, I wanted to travel a completely different way. I wanted to save a little bit of money for bigger and better trips. So moving on to my current job that no one wants to do and rewarding myself with travel was working in a hotel as a bartender. It might sound weird that no one wants to do this job, but in a time where hospitality jobs, there are so many of them. There is so many hours to go with it. The hours are not the best. You might start at 1 PM and finish at 3 in the morning. And you'll rack up many hours, 60 to 70 hour weeks, quite easily if you want the hours. And this can be done over 5 days. You can rack up 60 hours just over 5 days, which is brilliant. Some people might think 60 hours over 5 days sounds like hell. But for me, it's fantastic because I earn 60 hours worth of money a week and get to travel for 2 days. I get to see Scotland and do overnight trips in Europe, Copenhagen, Bergamo, just some of the places that I've been to. It's been fantastic. And not only this, I can save up for bigger trips. For example, at the end of this year, I've saved up for Iceland. Iceland! I've got a week in Iceland and it's gonna be fantastic. I'm also looking at bigger trips, bigger, longer trips. Using the same technique that I used to pay off my debts, I'm using to travel the whole of Europe. And I'm also saving money for bigger trips, much bigger trips. But let's just see how that goes. In the future, I'm planning to use this rule for more trips. Now, I'm actually even planning to do it right now. I'm trying to learn how to make videos that people find entertaining, so they watch, and in the end, it will earn me money. As much as I told you earlier that it's a real hard thing to do, and I've been doing it for 4 years. It's something that I have an interest in doing and enjoy doing. So, if you want to see my travels, you want to learn how to do this exactly how I did, make sure you click the subscribe button and you'll also be helping me out for further travels. Well, maybe. Who knows? Thanks for watching. You can check out other videos on my channel and see my travels and see me going around to these places that I was talking about. Bergamo, Copenhagen, places in Scotland. But more importantly, I want to know how you're going to use this rule so you can travel. Let me know in the comments and I will see you again soon.